What's going on, my friends? This is Dave Richard and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm just giving you an update when it comes to the progress of my Panda robot. First of all, I would like to recap on what I said on my previous video. We are going to expand the Panda into trading with AI. It's going to pre-make formula based on the available data. Also, we're gonna use some historical data to find out how that type of event has performed in the past. We're going to use that data to actually determine what could happen in the future. So I'm here on my panel. This is the news API panel, but news API reference. This is just the general news API reference that is going to give us the events. So I'm just going to show you here the news API and how it works. So the first thing are the parameters here. As you can see, there is start date, start time, end date and time. Here you can define the period that you want. Okay, and period string, there are predefined periods right here that you can see here. If you want to make quick queries like, let's say today, news for today, yesterday, this week, last week, put future. All right, future will show you the future news events, for that week. Okay, let's test this. All right, so the first here is just going to be all USD events for last month. So you can see it will give us a JSON like that. The JSON is formatted, right? Then if I can say display equals mean just means that I want minimum, data that I can get right here. So you can see it removed some of the data that is not useful and it only gave us the data that is actually useful right there. Okay, and see if there are any events that happened yesterday. So no events that happened yesterday. Oh, okay, last week. Okay, it showed us events for last week. Event for a specific ID. I'm gonna pass an ID right there. Let's just take this one here. All right, so period, let's say last 6 months. But there's one very special API that I've created that is called the similar scene. Not only are we getting the event history, we are also getting the actual, chart data. All right. It's going to help us. So similar scene API, let's go to the guide. Take for instance, if we want to check similar scenes that happened before when CPI was happening. All right, we can actually come and let me see if I can get CPI. So CPI month on month, that's the event ID. So let's copy that and we're going to put it right here. Okay, similar scene event ID equals then and currency. The currency for the news is equals to USD and instrument equals US30. So it's going to pull out US30 market data as well. Sorry, right there. Let me put the correct text in. Instrument equals US30 and period is equals to last 6 months. Last 6 months. So we got the event ID, we got currency, we got instrument, right? Let me see if we need something else right there. So let me just say if I put output, or it means output. Okay, let me do it without output or for now. Okay, so here is supposed to be US30. It says U30, so US30. All right, so let's wait and get the data. All right, so this is what happened. So it gave me all the occurrences of CPI for the last 6 months. So if I come here from the start and see, this is the occurrence number 6, which is the last data that I was given, and it gave me the figures of CPI. Not only did it give me the figures of CPI, it also gave me the US30 data because I said instrument is equals to US30. Now it's going to show me what happened. All right, on the same day, right? It gives me all the data from the 1 minute data from a minute before the news release, a minute after, up to 5 minutes after, right? And then it also gives me the data 30 minutes after, 1 hour candle, 4 hour candle, and the close of the day. Okay, so it's going to help us to see what this data did to US30. All right, and it's going to be easy for the AI to actually know what this data did to US30 previously. Watch what happens if I put and output is equals to all. Output is equals to all. It means that whenever this event was happening, if there were any other events that were happening, also output them. So I'm going to request. So now I'm requesting with output all. So as you can see that this occurrence, CPI year on year, CPI month to month, and core CPI month to month and CPI month to month happened at the same time, right? And as we go down, we can see that here, not only did these events happen, all of them, also there was an added initial jobs claim that also happened at the same time. So this is going to help the AI to also know how the market reacted. We determined that the next news event is CPI. Then we will take the event IDs. Take for instance, initial jobless claim is, this is the event ID for initial jobless claim. If I put comma right here and I say, show me a scene whereby these two events happened at the same time for the period of the last 6 months. These events happened at the same time. So we only have one occurrence whereby CPI also happened, where initial jobless claim was being. Gonna help us to backtest and see if the AI is going to predict properly. All right, like take for instance, we can say to the AI, first of all, analyze this data without the actual values, right? So what we're trying to do there is to check if the AI is able to create a formula that will work on the actual data. Determine scenarios whereby if the initial jobless claim rise or fall whilst the CPI rise, any of the different scenarios that could happen on these 4 events, then give us the formula of what would US30 do. After that, now we are going to give it the actuals and say, okay, now the actuals have come, use your formula to see what you are predicting. So now the AI is going to predict whether it's a buy or a sell, depending on the actuals. Then after that, we're going to give it the data of how the market actually played out. And it's going to evaluate its decision that it predicted against how the market actually reacted. That is the back testing that we will be doing to see if the AI can actually determine a formula that is useful to trade these events. I'm still at the stage of back testing and trying to find out if the AI can come up with a formula that consistently work. All right, then if not, we're going to see what else can we add onto the data. It could be geopolitical events, it could be previous market data, like take for instance data for the current week, how the market has been moving for the current week or the current month. We can also provide that data before it makes its prediction. We are going to try all methods, right? So firstly, we're going to implement this simple approach whereby we can check if the EA can, reliably, give us, a prediction. If it can't, we're going to give it more and more and more data. And we're going to introduce data, one at a time, so that we can see the effects of that data on the AI's response or decision. So these are the two APIs that I created, and they're working like a charm to help me determine what process can I give the AI to be able to come up with, a good prediction when it comes to news. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, catch me on the next video where I'll be updating you on the progress of creating Panda version 9. But before I go, if you are interested in what I do here on this channel, go ahead and subscribe on this channel so that you don't miss any video. I'll be giving you out a lot of videos based on AI trading, all right? And I'll also be, giving you some tutorials on, general trading as well. And there are so many tools that you also get for free that I'll be dropping on this channel. So go ahead, subscribe right now, smash that like button, and see you on the next video.